Hi everybody, welcome back to 100% Mags. So Newcastle United going to the game on Sunday, noon kickoff down at Turfmoor against Sean Dyche's men. And of course, this is a fixture where Newcastle have a chance to yet again pick up a double over yet another team, with already picking up the 6 points off of Everton this season. And of course, following on from the game against Burnley in a 3-1 success at St James Park back in October, this gives us a chance to yet again pick up the double and get all 6 points off of this game against Burnley now. Of course, Burnley have scored exactly 1 goal in each of the last 5 home meetings with Newcastle. Looking at, of course, the past 4 meetings against Burnley down at Turf Moor, there's, of course, 2 losses, 1 win and 1 draw, with, of course, the most recent visit down to Turf Moor being a 1-0 loss. The previous visit before that was a 2-1 win, with of course Ben Mee scoring an own goal and Kieran Clark scoring the other. And before that it was a 1-0 loss and a 1-1 draw this season. Before that in the 14-15 season with Papi Cisse scoring the goal. Looking at Burnley going into this game, they're going to be without Eric Peters, Robbie Brady, Kevin Long and Ashley Barnes, so that is going to put a big dampener on their chances of coming away from the game with something positive. And of course, if we go into the game with the same attacking mentality that was showed in the game against Tottenham, then I definitely think we can come away from this game with something, because the game against Tottenham just gone was absolutely miles better than the game against Brighton before the international break. Newcastle just looked like a team that really wanted to stay up in the Premier League, and that's what we've got to look like if we're wanting to stay up, because we can't be going into games defending, defeats or going for 1-1 draws. It's not going to help with. It's not going to help with us stay up. If we get a point every game, that's not the way to do it. We need to get wins, and that's the only way that we're going to be able to stay up, is if we get them wins. And of course tonight Fulham take on Wolves, and of course that's an 8 o'clock kickoff on BT Sport. I will be tuning in on that one to see what happens, of course, as most Newcastle fans obviously will, because if the result goes in our favour, then that's going to ease the pressure on us on Sunday going into that game against Sean Dyche's men. Now, the bottom 8 at this moment in time currently sits with Sheffield United in at 20th, 30 games played, 14 points accumulated out of them 30 games. Then, of course, West Brom in 19th place with 30 games played, 21 points accumulated from them 30 games. Fulham in 18th place with 31 games and 26 points accumulated, and then us, of course, in its 17th with 30 games and 29 points accumulated. Now, of course, if Fulham were to get the result tonight, that would give them 3 points, and that would push that gap even closer towards us. But if Wolves, on the other hand, who are sitting in 14th in the league with 35 points accumulated from 30 games, could get the result tonight over Fulham, then that would mean that that gap would obviously get even bigger if we could get the win against Burnley on the Sunday afternoon kickoff. But like I say, we just need to go into the game with that attacking mentality that was showed in the game against Tottenham. It was well and truly far superior to what we played against Brighton with. And you could see the lads were absolutely up for the game, and it was a shame in a way, that we ended up drawing the game 2-2 against Tottenham. In my eyes, it should have been all 3 points to us. Tottenham didn't show up, and from my opinion, they just looked very lacklustre, Tottenham. And Joe Linton was absolutely amazing as well. If he could have just got that composure and finishing under check and get them extra goals in, he would have had a hat-trick in that game. If he can show that same mentality in this game against Burnley, then that would be absolutely amazing. But there's good news on our team line up front, in the fact that You know, Steve Bruce has said that Callum Wilson will be playing in the game against Burnley on Sunday. Also, Alan St Maxim's back fit as well, as we're seeing him on the bench for the game against Tottenham, also coming into the game as well. So, you know, all in all, if we can get them players in, we can get them performing to their full potential, then we've got every chance of staying up in this Premier League. And to be honest, that's where we want to be. You know, we don't want to be going down into the Championship. Yes, there's a lot of fans saying if we go to the Championship, you know, we will get the takeover easier. But on the takeover front, it's going ahead at this moment in time. Arbitration is still going on behind the scenes, and we've heard that, you know, there could be a decision done by the summer on the takeover front, you know, so it would be right in time for, you know, them to approve the deal, put it through, and we'll get a chance to be able to refresh the squad heading into the next season. And of course, there's talk as well, which my brother was talking about, that the Premier League are starting to thaw towards the idea of having Newcastle being taken over by the Saudis as well, which is absolutely amazing, because as soon as the Premier League decide that yes, the takeover is a good idea and Newcastle can have it, you know, then we can get on with it. We can get rid of Steve Bruce from the club. We can get rid of Mike Ashley from the club, and we can progress forward and advance this club. And talking about advancing the club as well, us Newcastle United fans have actually brought out a pledge, 1892 pledge, of course, that was done by NUFC. Any Newcastle fans that are wanting to put towards that 1892 pledge, I'll put the link to that website down in the description below. Please go head over if you want to donate something to it, obviously, and help the lads out, help the rest of the fan base out, you know, and let's try and do something with this club, you know, because we need to be advancing. We can't stay stagnant as a club, because that's not going to help. It's going to end up damaging the team in the long run as well. And you know, it's not our fault at the end of the day that it's stagnant. It's the people like Mike Ashley that's made it stagnant. People like Steve Bruce with their negative tactics, negative mentality on games as well. And it's just all negativity just built up over time, over the past 14 years. And of course, over the past 2 seasons now that Steve Bruce has been the manager, with of course him replacing Rafa Benitez, which in my eyes was the worst decisions Mike Ashley could have made, because, you know, look at what's happened. Look at where we are in the league. With Rafa Benitez, we wouldn't be here. We'll be higher up. But anyway, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Heading into the game against Burnley, what's your score prediction as well? I'm going to go for Newcastle to come away from this one with a nice, lovely 2-0 win against Burnley. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Burnley fans as well, if you're watching, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and hit that like button, because that's the way to show support to the channel. Also, hitting subscribe as well will show support of the channel as well. Until next time, I'll see you all later, and however that's.